Dang. Oh, boy.
What's up, girlies,
I'm
pops, and girly
I'm
pops?
I'm always saying this.
I'm always saying this. Welcome back to Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair.
Or is it?
Or is it? We're here very quickly after the last one.
We're at the start of chapter 6, or should I say chapter 0. Last time was an absolute banger of a case. Probably the best one in the series so far.
I will
Followed by an epilogue that has validated this entire playthrough and all of the little quips I've been making all through it. Oh boy. So I am
Minute 12, motherfucker.
Did you go back and look and see when I first said it? I mean honestly,
You first said it in the middle of our fucking Trigger Happy Havoc playthrough.
I guess so.
It was an old bit.
It was a bit that I carried over from the first game. That is true. I was considered. So it's like, well, we could be in a simulation and like everyone's still alive. Like it's not actually this fucked up. Not out of a sense of like I needed that to be the case, but just because it's like that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
But so I carried that over into this one, and then basically as soon as in the prologue there was all the glitch stuff. I was like, this could mean one of two things. One, it could be just like Makoto entering the washing machine dimension in the first game, and it's just kind of like a fun, aesthetic, cool way to enter into this setup where we've lost our memories and have to do a killing game. Or we could be in a simulation.
How did you word it?
It was like, oh, we're all in a simulation.
This is how Game World Theory can still win or something, and you just said it so quick.
Something like that. Yeah, I'm like, constructed by Chihiro Fujisaki to try to brute force a way out of the killing game, like during the events of the first one, and so like that's how they're connected.
Anyway.
I think the plot line is supposed to be a direct successor, though, all things considered. But I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out.
When we start
chapter
6. Woo! Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay. Let's go. Chapter 0. Heading to the school trip.
Man, remember I was like, nah, you gotta wait a week for that, and now we're here.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not waiting a week for this.
Absolutely not. I can.
I mean, it's blue text, so I think that's always been you.
It would be wrong to say it was swaying from side to side. It was actually shaking rather intensely. The room I was in, it was shaking from side to side. The shaking was quite irregular. Just when you thought it was a series of small shakes, it would suddenly shake violently. And every time that happened, I'd have to steady myself with my foot. I couldn't stand up very well, but for me, it was comforting. I never thought not knowing what to expect could be so fun, so I was rather excited. But I figured I'd get bored of that feeling soon enough. That's what I was expecting.
Guessing from... Oh, sorry, go for it.
For me, a person who is loved by talent, detecting regularities among irregularities won't be that difficult. No, how boring.
Is this ultimate imposter, or...
Do you like ships? On the other side.
I don't know, Nagito. Have you seen the Danganronpa fan base?
Hey! On the other side of the dark room, I heard a voice. It was clearly directed at me. You looked like you were having fun, so that's what I assumed. You do like ships, right?
Ships. That's right. That's it. So this is a ship.
You just realized that now?
Is it really that funny?
Hey, If you want, care to talk a little? The silence was starting to bore me. Instantly, I saw his true character. The overfamiliar attitude, the friendly smile. But under that thin skin, I could detect a foul, offensive odor, like some kind of putrid slime. In a sensible way, of course. How should I put this? It was a smell exclusive to those who were already finished. Nice to meet you. I'm Nagitoko Maeda. Anyway, lucky me. It's been a while since anyone was willing to talk to me, so to share a room with a person like that... Yep, I'm definitely lucky.
Lucky? Oh, so that's your talent then. What a boring talent.
A boring talent, huh? Well, that's exactly what it is. But for someone I'm meeting for the first time to say that so suddenly...
That's because I have luck as well.
Huh?
Even I possess a talent as boring as luck.
Possess, huh? I'm starting to get really interested. Who are you? You're obviously from Hope's Peak Academy too, right? So you're one of us? Oh, but that's weird. This is the first time I've ever seen you. Hey, can you tell me why you're here? How did you end up here?
How boring.
Sorry. I'm often told I'm terrible at making conversation.
Not you. This world.
Huh?
This world is full of boring people. People who lack talent stick together and oppress those who do possess talent. Even though they know they're insignificant, they don't try to acknowledge their true superiors. They are profoundly desperate to drag them down to their level. And because of these bastards, the world has come to a deadlock. This world has stopped evolving. How boring.
Well, the world is shaped by the will of the majority. It makes sense that it bends to those who lack talent. That's why we're in our present situation. Perhaps... Does that have anything to do with the reason you're here?
Boring people make no contributions to the world. Not even a speck of dust. That's why my teachers taught me that a certain degree of selection must be performed.
Looks like they had high expectations for you, huh? That's completely different from me. But what are you planning to do? Now that you've ended up like this, there's nothing you can do, right?
Listen well. Using people is a talent too. It is now my turn to use that person, just as they used me in the past.
That person? Are you talking about ultimate despair? But how? I mean, they're already...
I have it with me. The contribution that person left to me. Even now it rests in my pocket.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely lucky. I can't believe I'm speaking with someone as amazing as you. Then, will I be able to see her again? Will I be able to see the person I hate with every fiber of my being again? And this time, will I be able to kill her this time? The person I hate so much.
Well, it sure looks like something has those nails imply something very interesting here. Huh. I am wow. Huh. Hmm. Hmm. So what would it mean for this whole time for Nagato Koimeda to be Mukuro Ikusaba? What would that mean?
What would that mean?
What an arc. What an arc. I mean, right? To go from being betrayed by the ultimate despair to wanting to then turn that into being the ultimate hope. I mean, it makes sense how twisted all of these motivations are. But also, then would that mean that this is like Mukuro entering into this virtual reality with the ability of being lucky, right? Because they've like clearly they do have ultimate luck. This is something that we have relied on as for this to happen, right?
This
And
is established.
I think that makes sense. I think, and also in the light of the virtual world, you're thinking backwards. Like, of course, all the jokes that I made about, well, it's like, oh, well, of course there can't be a despair disease that just shows up and then just disappears just because Monokuma says it, right? Like that seems like a game mechanic more than anything else. So, okay, okay. So then, is the person? Now I'm starting to feel like maybe the POV character here might be like Mikan pre-memory loss, although this person in front of us does say that they haven't seen us before. So I was also thinking maybe this is like Chiaki. So some possibilities there. Hate? I'm just gonna keep it at a neutral voice
Yeah.
until further notice.
Uh-huh.
Also the way you were talking, I was like, is this ultimate imposter you're being? Like, I don't know, because it sounds similar to your Byakuya voice. Then explain your hand.
This?
The end of that bandage is a woman's hand, right?
Isn't it amazing? I can't move it, of course. I mean, it's not my hand after all. But even now, it still hasn't rotted. Hey, maybe that means it's becoming one with me. Isn't that amazing? I've successfully become one with ultimate despair, my sworn enemy.
Okay. Didn't I say something earlier where I'm like, is he some weird mixed up hope? Like in like the first chapter, I was like, is he like the ultimate hope and the ultimate despair all mixed together? And literally, I mean, if he is like, you know, if this is a simulation, he is essentially just a simulated person. Like, is this like Makoto in the virtual world somehow mixed up with Mukuro Ikusaba? I don't know. That sounds like his character. I see. So you salvaged the body. You really are a boring person.
I don't want you to misunderstand. I just see her as my enemy, you know. Because she's my sworn enemy. Because I hate her so much. That's why I took her power. And for that, Wait. Huh? Do I hate her? Huh. That's strange. Huh? Look out the window. We're finally here. You're starting to see it too, right? That's Jabberwock Island, isn't it? Isn't it exciting? I wonder what's gonna happen on that island once we get there.
What's going to happen? I can already predict what will happen.
Huh?
I already know, because I am loved by talent. But no matter what happens, it's of no concern to me. I will not be able to participate in what lies ahead. So maybe the person that we're speaking as is that last person that Nagito was expecting to show up. When he was talking to Monokuma a couple chapters ago.
I don't really understand, but I guess we have to part ways for a while. That's disappointing. We seem to get along pretty well. Hey, can I see you again?
There is no reason we'll ever meet again. After all, you are boring. Your talent, your thoughts, your entire existence is boring to me. So go internalize that and go be annoying to everyone else. See ya.
You really don't play along, do you?
Cool. Oh, that's all we get.
That's all. Well, short stream. See you later. See you next week.
See ya, see ya. Wow, what a. I was not expecting the game to end on such a cliffhanger, but I guess we'll have to wait. Okay. All right. All right, Jimmy.
Huh?
I know, right, Jeeves?
Jeeves, what is this? It's a door. There's a door. Huh?
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another door.
Huh?
A land of doors. You've just crossed over into mouth dreams. Yeah.
Huh? A door? Why is a door here?
This is
Where
just like
am
the
I?
beginning of the game.
How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go?
In the door. Obvi. So this is the same pop-up classroom from the beginning of the game, right? Or it could be the actual Hope Speak Academy, just like in the first one. Fred. Huh?
Isn't this...
A classroom?
But even so, it's a very strange classroom. Why am I in a place like this? I went inside the ancient ruin with everyone else, and I arrived at a place that looked like a trial ground. But then, why... It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. It's like there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. It's just like before, when we were all gathered in that classroom just before we arrived at Jabberwock Island.
Was saying this. But where is this place? Is it somewhere on Jabberwock Island? Ding dong bing bong. Come on, game, don't freeze on me. Okay.
Mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system. Am I on? Can everyone hear me? Okay, well then. Welcome to Hope Speak Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall explain the graduation exam to you all.
All right, this thing,
Assemble
graduation.
at the gymnasium immediately.
Oh boy. If only we knew our way around Hope Speak Academy. Huh?
Did he say what I think he just said? Yes, he definitely, he definitely said it. He said, "Welcome to Hope's Peak Academy." But
Why would this place be Hope Speak Academy? And not just that. What is the graduation exam?
isn't the killing over already?
Well, let's get out of here. Going through our old haunts. Hey, there it is.
Even the hallway doesn't feel like a school at all. What a creepy place.
At least it doesn't look like a normal school at all.
It's definitely a lie. There's no way this place is Hope's Peak Academy. Is this creepy place the Hope's Peak Academy that I've admired for so long?
It's probably a building the Monokuma made to startle us. Just like the funhouse. That's right. That's definitely it.
Monokuma said to come to the gymnasium, right?
It's a good thing I know all around. Then I'll go and definitely clear things up.
I'm not doing shit. Oh, is it just the weird-ass drift? Okay, whatever.
It's the old Resident Evil tank controls. Did you miss these?
And no, literally can't. You just won't okay.
The only place, you can go is to the
Oh,
gymnasium.
God. The gymnasium is here, right?
Right, I'm going inside.
Something might be waiting, but I'm not gonna cower away anymore. So I braced myself and cautiously opened the door.
I gently open the door.
Gently open the door.
If the game will let us. This is the end. Goodbye, Academy of Despair. Thank you, game. Very cool.
I wasn't prepared for what was waiting for me on the other side of that door.
Okay.
It was a normal gymnasium.
Damn right.
And all our friends are here.
Yo, Hajime!
Yo,
You heard the announcement and came here too. You guys did too, right?
What's going on?
Hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said this place was Hope's Peak Academy or something? That cannot be possible!
Well,
You're right. Any way you look at it, it's impossible. Hello! How does it feel to return to the long-awaited Hope's Peak Academy?
You hear that, gamer?
You.
Hey, where are we? Where do you lock us up this time?
What a shock! I just told you guys this is Hope's Peak Academy.
of course not.
There's no way in hell that's true!
No,
Oh,
no.
but it is. I mean, this is definitely Hope's Peak Academy. Well, what's left of it anyway.
Left of it.
What?
Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Hope's Peak Academy fell to ruin.
Lies.
You were serious about that? Stupid fool. I don't believe it.
But of course it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they deserved to be ruined for.
What do you mean?
I don't like this.
Anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all this trouble to bring you to Hope's Peak Academy, and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic.
Fine.
Oh well, it's not like I did this for you guys.
Uh,
Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now. Someone?
With me.
Enough with this bullshit. Just spit it out already. Where'd you take us, you bastard? Though I am not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruin and
In other words,
it means I made this Hope's Peak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin.
What do you mean between?
hey.
What do you mean made?
What's this?
Oh my! Are your minds getting the grumblies that only knowledge can satisfy? Good. Very good. It's fine to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's in my nature to provide a little entertainment.
You're planning to make us do something, aren't you?
No.
It's nothing to be
way.
so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that. It's just a simple graduation exam.
Huh?
Then, what is the graduation exam?
Hey.
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know? On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally gonna graduate.
Are you sure
But
about
on the
this?
other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world.
So.
That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here.
What? We're obviously gonna get out. There's no way we'd stay here.
That's right.
This is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let us choose right now.
No.
can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet.
Har 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 har.
Main cast?
Hey,
Meaning, you guys are just extras until the guests of honor arrive. So enough complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world.
What do you mean? Go look up the Wikipedia for Trigger Happy Havoc.
I've dispersed all the teaching materials you need for your research throughout Hope's Peak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is gonna hate me. So, please rest assured and strive to do your best during your field trip. And as usual, after leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even if the setting has changed, even if the killing was finished, he was still being the same as usual. What is going on? Outside worlds? Main cast? Somehow, I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey!
Like, he kept insisting that this place was Hope's Peak Academy. But that's impossible, right?
What are you saying?
How do we make it back to Hope's Peak Academy from a tropical island in the first place? It's impossible.
It cannot be.
There is no place for Hope's Peak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island.
Well, the
said it-
ruins.
I said
I don't know.
wanted
We
to
might
go-
still be. We might still be inside that. Who knows?
I said I wanted to go back, but I don't want to go back to a creepy place like this.
I mean, especially if we are in a computer program. If we are just computer characters, like, can we even exist outside of the computer space? It would make sense that this is just a replica of the first game's Hope's Peak Academy inside the ancient ruins.
What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on this island. This building is really Hope's Peak Academy?
The opening CG.
This is the Hope's Peak Academy I've been admiring for so long. What in the world is going on? Damn it. Why is this happening? Why? I was finally able to attend Hope's Peak Academy. I finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope. If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and a strong will. And the moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't. It has nothing to do with effort. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope. That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Hope's Peak Academy that you couldn't even see that? You're just some nobody from the reserve course who never had a talent to begin with. A nobody who forgot he was a nobody. That's all. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. Why do I have to go through something like this? Hajime? Did something happen?
Huh?
Hey, bastard!
Now's not the time to zone out.
Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all?
I'm gonna do it!
As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's gonna be solved. Is that what it means?
Hey!
Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not part of the Future Foundation, right? If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation?
Jeez.
Even though Chiaki and Monami are gone, our situation hasn't changed one bit. Which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of.
You
Yeah.
serious?
So they're not World Ender? Then we really were tricked by Monokuma?
However,
The Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding
I mean,
that
it was
matter-
is the same. I imagine it's the same. It's the exact same motivation for why initially, the cast of the first game had their memories wiped and were kept in, like were locked inside Hope's Peak Academy basically as the tragedy was going on, just to, sustain hope and all of that before Monokuma / Junko, betrayed everyone and turned it into the killing game.
I believe Monami never once denied that.
damn it.
And if they're our allies, They might not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma's telling us to investigate that information on our own. We're finally getting lore, guys. Let's be happy about it.
Chiaki said she could not betray the Future Foundation.
But she was not programmed to in this simulation.
But if she were still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No. Even her just being with us would have been a big help. So, what should we do?
Damn it.
Well, that's obvious. If we're gonna get out of here safely, we have to do that graduation exam, right?
So annoying.
Graduation exam, huh? I'm not really good at taking exams. Well, I guess it's better than people dying.
Jeez.
Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we have been?
All right.
I'm gonna do it! Thanks.
Like,
Yeah, we might be able to learn about something. About Hope's Peak Academy, about ourselves. I don't care if we don't know anymore. If we can just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine.
hey!
Hey, we can go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right? If that's the case, then let's leave this island alive by any means.
Of course.
Hell yes! He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. Where this place really is, what happened to Hope's Peak Academy, none of that matters. What's important is I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive just so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now.
The old cast is gonna show up and we're gonna be like, hey guys, we're you, but better. we actually...
We're you, but we like,
we
have
actually
character.
focus. We cared. We developed.
It's about drive. It's about power.
Meanwhile, poor old Aoi and Hiro are over there like, what?
Monokuma should already know that's
That's...
Monokuma should already know that that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island. He should already know that we'd never choose to stay on this island.
Until you read about everything that happened on the outside world, and you're like, oh, maybe I would rather stay here. So what are we gonna do? Can we start already?
But what are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building?
Even so.
I don't think we'll find the answers to all our questions inside this damn building.
Well, I'll just... Sorry, it's loading. Well, I'll just go on ahead for now.
Hey, you're already going?
Jeez.
What is that idiot thinking running ahead without being cautious?
Man.
She obviously isn't thinking about anything.
However,
It will be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives.
all right.
So we should do our best as well. Like they say, it is not scary if everyone stops at a green light. If we stopped at the green light, we'd never reach our goal.
Jeez.
Connie already took off on her own. It might be faster if we split up and look around too. Like Sonia said, if there's no more killing, we don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Then let's get this over with and go home.
Later.
I'll go on ahead. I'll see you guys later. With those brief words, Fuyuhiko left the gymnasium.
Excuse me.
I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone.
I thought they would go back to the first game's music, but I guess they haven't.
Now then, please excuse me. Sonia took a deep bow, then left the gymnasium.
Oh my.
Miss Sonia,
Miss Sonia.
please don't leave me. I'll be in danger if I'm left alone. Kazuichi.
I was gonna be like, well, it's just me and you, Kaz. And Kaz is like, Sony!
Kazuichi chased after Sonia, who had just departed, and left the gymnasium.
Like, take a hint, dude. She's just not that into you.
Dude, she's just not into you.
I should hurry and start too. Let's learn me some lore.
Woo! Just a bit more. Just a bit more. And it's gonna end. I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual peaceful everyday life. The only thing we can do is advance towards that hope. Even though I don't understand, and that a lot of horrifying things keep happening.
For the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely going to go home. Let's do it.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Does that mean there's a lotto machine somewhere?
I knew you could do it.
Hey, in this chapter, it's half digital.
There's really nothing
Okay.
in here. Okay, we're going.
No.
Oh, we're up
Old
here.
building, 5th floor. Huh?
That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but
It's clearly different.
is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again?
I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent.
But I'm not gonna fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down.
Okay.
Whee! Okay. Hey, Sonia. Hey, Sonia.
Yeah.
It does. This hallway. There's a strange feeling to it, no? As
As
if
if-
an
oh, yeah,
invisible
I see.
wall has been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
Is it just me?
No.
Nope.
Imagine
Let's
there's only
go,
really
Jimmy.
like one. There's only really one room in each floor we can go
Probably.
to. I imagine.
Just don't remember
We just have to
where it
find which
is.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
The dojo.
It's the dojo.
I remember. This is the room where nothing happened.
Is this a dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. Wait, can I still click on shit? Wait, can I
Yeah.
still click on shit?
Yeah.
That target seems pretty far away. If the production
That
team
bird
had
is
more-
far
That
away.
bird is far away. If the production team had more time, there could have been a minigame here.
Ha ha ha.
Wait, what am I saying? There's a thing on the floor. But I'm a
Yeah.
snoop. The cherry tree is proudly displaying its full blossoms. The falling petals add to the elegance of the scene.
Yoko and Pekko were here. They would have looked truly picturesque.
For their sakes as well. I will definitely go home.
Aw, it'd be cute if the rooms
Aw.
had something to do with like, you know, each of the people who've gone. It's an armor and a helmet.
Did the map developers design this to reflect a Japanese dojo?
He's starting to talk in video game terms. No way.
What's this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma.
It's gonna be fun. Let's read it.
Let's
What's
go!
a manga with such a suspicious-looking title laying out in the open like this? It's not like Monokuma told us we'd find all the clues everywhere.
Let's start with history first, class.
Hey,
Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first, you ask?
Living through it.
That depends on the person.
All right. Cool.
So just as I thought, Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks.
What gave it away? The by Monokuma on the cover? Sheesh.
Hajime, you're so smart. I really want to just ignore it.
Wow, it's almost like being in this room is turning us, being in the school is turning us into Mikado.
Oh no! There's no way I can do that.
Feel the brain
They're
ebbing
out-
away.
They're leaking out of my freaking nose.
Fine, I'll look at it.
I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy, to Hope's Peak Academy's history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege for only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen
Right.
through a scouting
Oligarchy.
process.
As we've established.
But the ones who scout them are Hope's Peak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well.
Right.
However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent. So they decided to implement a new system. The Reserve Department. Unlike the main department, who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand.
It's like Ivy Leagues, if Ivy Leagues had even a shred of credibility to begin with.
With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. To create Hope's Peak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered
So the ultimate goal was to basically cultivate / find a singular genius that would save the world.
Yeah, kind of.
That's sus. Something Ayn Rand's Superman theory. Okay.
It's the incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
That's the one.
Right. It was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end.
Cool. Huh?
The ending was so sudden, like a manga that suddenly canceled in the middle of its run. Plus, these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga.
I love School Rumble.
The tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy.
These names are so melodramatic. There's no way these incidents really happened, right?
This manga only mentions the name, so I don't really know the details, but no, it'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga.
Reserve Department.
That department was only built to collect money.
Yes. I was one of those Reserve Corps students, right? I think I asked this question in the first game. I'm like, if the class sizes are this small, how do they keep the school running?
Mm-hmm. Huh. That's weird.
Oh, you're here again.
Ah, the thing that's weird is you, of course.
Huh?
Why did you forget that you were part of the Reserve Department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that, too.
What do you want me to say?
By the way,
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those Reserve Corps students.
I got it!
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself.
Huh?
You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. Okay! It happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though.
You saying... Come on, load for me. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a Reserve Corps student.
Damn it! What the heck?
What the heck?
What the heck? Okay, so... two theories. One, at the end of last chapter, when like the second part of the Nagito's video message was playing, and you slightly tweaked your voice, that was the Mukuro Ikosaba coming through. That's theory number one. Theory number two, what was theory number two? What did I have? This wasn't theory number two, but my feeling was like Hajime went to replace Sato, who was murdered during the time that they had spent together in the school life, and maybe that will be something that we'll see. I can't remember what my other theory was, but I'll come back to it.
If you were to go back to
What was it? We're still on the 5th floor. So can we go downstairs now?
I don't know. This is what I mean by I don't remember where the fuck everything is in this one. This is gonna take a second because I don't know what the fuck is happening. Ah!
Do we have access to a map?
We might.
What's going on?
This hallway, it's kind of creepy. I can't go to places that I should be able to go to. It's like some rule is being enforced for no reason. It's like there's an invisible wall or something. Thanks, Kaz. Oh, shit, that's up here too. Okay. Hello, let me in. Hello, let me in. Hello?
Hello?
Let me in. Hello? Is there like an order I have? to
Chemistry
fucking do this?
lab?
Yeah, I'm checking the chem lab.
Or, oh yeah,
Not the chem lab. Shit.
one of the other classrooms.
Probably. Yeah, there
over
we go.
here. Aha!
Ah!
5A. What was my other theory?
I don't know!
Oh, the other theory was the question marks that we voiced during chapter 0 is one of the teachers whose jobs it was to scout for students. Or like a TA or something. Because like from the way they were talking about, or it's like the ultimate teacher scout. Like the ultimate talent scout, you know? That's like, because it's like my job is that like I attract talent or something.
This is another manga. It's laying on top of the desk.
This one is...
Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy.
Oh, are we actually getting this? We actually getting this lore? Wasn't the tragedy... Yes, Jimmy. Wasn't the
job.
tragedy... Yeah. Well, I went
That's why
bankrupt.
Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history.
All right. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident?
I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the events known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated, stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries.
You ever read JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
What's
Anyway.
written here is...
As the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamukura. Ooh. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all of their resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who was known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy's student council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not... The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it had never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. Junko. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, stoked the fires of the Reserve Corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated. I think I kind of... I feel like that sounds familiar to me. Like, the idea that it was the other students in the school, that, like, the Reserve Corps students that rose up, and the uprising began. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. But you'll have to read a third manga for that. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Works cited Danganronpa 0.
Danganronpa Zero being a separate
that's-
manga, being a light novel. That came
Yeah,
out
that's
before us, Terrence.
so that came out before. Okay, so they developed that while they were developing the second game.
I believe so. There were two things that came out. I think in between. One was Danganronpa 0 and one was Danganronpa If. I have access to Danganronpa If because it came in the anniversary edition of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc that I have.
Cool.
Or it came in the anniversary edition of SDR2. One of those two. Anyway, I can't stress enough that literally as soon as
Izuru sounds familiar. I'm like, do I? And that's because I had read that name very, very like my eyes came across that name as I was scrolling past like stuff relating to Danganronpa 0.
yeah. I can't stress enough how in the first Trigger Happy Havoc VOD, you literally made a joke about a student uprising to take down Hope's Peak Academy because it sounded like shit.
I mean, yeah. I'm like, this is saying that the school that was meant to format Hope like had to shut down because of a moral uprising from students who were being mistreated and for covering up the brutal murder of a dozen people. Like, of course, like they're not in the wrong there.
With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga.
Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy.
What irony! For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident.
Anyway, I love that. Sorry, I love that the light novel is so canon to the point where it's like they put the backstory in the game.
No one was gonna read it.
But they took the extended material that seriously, where like it all matters.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which is cool.
Danganronpa lore doesn't fuck around when it doesn't want to. It's so good. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. You should be lucky that you're incompetent. Damn it. He always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off.
It is genuinely impressive that like not only are they able to like have all of these disparate pieces that fit together, but also like, you know, it's like but also make it so you don't have to have read everything or seen everything to carry through, you know.
Yeah.
Because like they fill you in. But ultimate hope. But it doesn't feel like it's like overshadowing the story that's already being told, right?
Like, you could still, as probably most fans in the West probably did, like, you could perfectly enjoy this and still understand it without knowing, like, anything else.
And if you had been one of the diehard fans who had read Danganronpa 0, you'd be like, oh shit! Oh
shit!
This is legit!
Leonardo DiCaprio pointing meme.
Yeah.
Nagito mentioned that before, too. But it looks like it means something completely different here.
Nagito said was the true meaning of hope. But for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents?
Wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department.
That's right, the reserve department. Here it said, the reserve corps student uprising.
Then what about me? Was I a participant too?
Hell yeah. No, that's not possible. I don't have that much of a moral center. Come on, dude.
I have the moral backbone of a chocolate eclair.
That's a good one. I'll use that. But... There's no way I have no reason to do something like that. Nice.
I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't Izuru? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that?
I wonder. This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. Mysteries just keep piling up. If only there was a previous game that I could go and play and find out.
Research.
Yes.
Alright. Where's the other
Alright.
next door?
Is it the biolab?
Yeah, it is!
Yeah. Raw. I remember that. Are the bodies still gonna be in there? Can you imagine? I can't. Oh, you can't tell. The hell's in this room? It's freaking cold in here.
It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death.
I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already. We gotta check out those lockers. Can we look at them? Or yeah, let's.
Let me
Yeah.
get this for a second.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we can look at the lockers.
And the tarp and everything.
I've been found.
Absolutely, we can look at shit.
Oh hell yeah! I've seen this in movies before. It's a refrigerator for preserving dead bodies.
At least, that's what it looks like. That's not possible, right? Keeping dead bodies in a high school biolab isn't something you should joke about. It just feels so forced. This idea should have been canceled during development or something.
What am I thinking?
Tarp!
I will say, I mean, like, obviously the game takes the mickey out of the first game a lot, just as like little jokes. I think it honestly worked better when it was stuff that was like actively frustrating. Like, yes, you lost your memories. Aren't you glad I'm telling you now instead of in like not at the very end?
4
Man, how
chapters?
terrible would that be? I'm like, that makes sense because I actually felt that. But this, I'm like, I don't care. Like at a certain point, you know, the whole morgue thing, like that doesn't bother me. That's just part of the style of the world that we're in, you know. What bothers me is the basic stuff, you know. This looks like a plastic tarp.
Why is this left out like this? Clean up after yourselves, will you?
All right.
Listen, Hajime, I think, is just at the point where he's just being a bitch, and I respect him for that very fully.
That's just him, though.
That's just him. He's a little cunty. There's another manga just laying around here. This time the title is Manga for Morons, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Let's do it.
I knew it. The next one would obviously be about this incident.
Biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? And then I'm guessing, like, the next ones are gonna be maybe in a different format, but it'll be like the events of the first game, right? With all the everyone else. Just what was that incident really all about? It might turn out to be something lame. After 2 games of build-up, it might not live up to
Just
expectations.
I
Yeah.
flipped through the pages of the manga and hoped that I was right. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence.
The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community.
Twitter went wild for it.
The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet, and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak. The weak killed the weakest among them. And soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear. As if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths, to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading, and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups d'etats began occurring all around the world, a war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy. So it's Junko's fan base.
A mob of stands.
A mob of stands. How could this have happened? Stan Twitter.
Stan Twitter.
A group called Ultimate Despair. To which Mikon was undoubtedly a member of. Instead of using Hope's Peak for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair! Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end.
My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room.
Biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all... and very politically questionable.
I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant.
Not the bookstore? What's happened to them?
Please, it's the only in-person bookstore we have left at this point!
No way!
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you?
You enjoy reading something like this.
What?
Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy.
Enough. What is this messed up manga?
I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but... For you
Manga
to
said Junko
not
started a despair
remember
cult.
that.
Yeah.
Such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though. Thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has become completely removed from your brains.
It really happened and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real.
Hello.
Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it.
So Monokuma is trying to turn us against the Future Foundation.
I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world.
I see. So that's how it is. That's what he meant when by what he said at the beginning.
As the headmaster, I'm conflicted. On the one
Yeah,
hand,
yeah,
you've
yeah,
got to
yeah,
graduate.
yeah,
I'm worried you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
will be
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to? He's trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world, so we'll want to stay on this island.
There's no way I'm gonna do what he wants.
Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now.
Perhaps. No, that's definitely it. Cool. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? They're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope's Academy to its destruction? Are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people.
But if they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimates. Then are the killings we're involved in connected to them as well?
It's no use. I'm gonna freeze to death. I'm at my limit. I need to get out of here.
Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. See, this is
And
why...
we're on the 4th floor. No, still on the 5th floor. That was close. I nearly froze to death.
So where should I go next?
Well, probably the only other place that's open now.
Where else is open? Nope. Oh my god, where the fuck? Oh my god.
The other classroom.
Oh,
Or
fuck,
maybe
you're probably
the,
right. You're probably right. Yep.
Yep. 5B.
Hi!
Oh.
Hi, girlies, what's up? No, I should ignore it. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see him.
Hey, bestie.
Hey, Hika. When I went inside this room, that bastard bear was suddenly here. He keeps glancing at me.
I don't know why.
It's gonna be shitty either way.
Damn right.
So I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that idiot.
I don't like that either.
Yeah, well...
Alright. What? What do you want?
Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right?
What are you doing here?
No, no.
Well, there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me if I tell you word of mouth?
You've done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place.
A high school student who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots.
I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up. What did you need to tell me?
It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for. Surprise! It's about Ultimate Despair.
Huh?
Even though the term Ultimate Despair refers to a group these days,
Actually,
it was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. A high school girl.
yes, indeed.
Lady Junko Enoshima.
There she is. Woohoo! Junko Enoshima?
Hey,
As the former Ultimate Despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the Ultimate Despairs. There was one really horrible person in that group.
Don't fuck with me.
Hold on a sec! I don't know what the Ultimate Despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl.
I don't know. Have you been on TikTok lately?
Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it.
hey.
That holds true for Lady Junka. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections are the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place.
So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat?
Then what was their purpose? What? Like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do what they did without any purpose.
Hey,
It was Junko Enoshima's despair.
Huh?
For Junko Enoshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Enoshima as Junko Enoshima.
What are you saying?
I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving. For her, everything is despair.
No.
With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. And so, the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Enoshima. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Enoshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends, and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do.
There's no way something that crazy is possible.
Do you know about the final days of the Reserve Corps students during the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy?
Final days?
in other words,
Junko had the power to change people's lives. That's also true
Values.
of famous people's that too. This is also true of famous people throughout history.
So I guess the last plot twist could be we were a member of Ultimate Despair but didn't remember. Hey, what do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department?
of course.
They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so, the 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide.
That's wow. That's suicide.
What'd you say?
All 2,357 students? Oh, that wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. One
Me.
person was excluded. Is that me? I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair. Junko Enoshima. It doesn't scare me at all. I mean, Junko Enoshima is already dead.
Huh? Hey, there she is. How do you know that?
Hey, what
buddy
the
boy?
fuck, Hiko? What?
Did you get the lore before we did?
What did you know, Hiko?
Hey, Fuyuhiko, is it true what you said? Junko Enoshima is really dead?
What? You didn't see? There was a book called Manga for Morons Killing School Life in that bloody classroom.
Ooh, the bloody classroom. Bloody classroom? No, wait. What was that you said about the killing school life? Yeah, friends. Like, the killings we were involved in, they were killings that happened at Hope's Peak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. The killing school life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey,
For a manga about killing school life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that.
Sorry, that's good.
Yeah,
Like
that's a good one.
that's a fun. That's a
That's
good
a
one.
good one. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed killing school life was Junko Enoshima.
The mastermind took her own life, which means that Junko Enoshima is dead.
like,
It turns out that the killing school life was part of that whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope's Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other.
See, I don't think that's accurate, right? She didn't take away their memories, right? The headmaster, the old, like, Mr. Kirigiri and the Future Foundation did, right? I don't know.
Former students of Hope's Peak Academy, and she took away their memories. That's just like us. Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide.
Yep.
There's a limit to being a cruel asshole.
When I do it, it's endearing.
When I do it, it's cute.
The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing?
The students of Hope's Peak Academy are widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once.
That's messed up.
But that messed up plan was stopped. Junko Enoshima failed. Junko lost to the students she placed in her trap, and after being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life.
Then Junko is no more.
No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not, doesn't matter.
Bastard!
Junko Enoshima isn't alive anymore. Then, who is our enemy? If Junko Enoshima is already dead, are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will?
Sure sounds like it.
That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings we were involved in resemble that killing school life. Well, I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just that. An imitation.
No shit.
If the students from Hope's Peak Academy stopped the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to some fake. But if this really is an imitation, are those surveillance cameras...
If this really is a simulation.
Those surveillance cameras the same too? The cameras all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting to somewhere, just like the surveillance camera during the killing school life?
Nice. Updated. She's dead.
It's a shame she didn't die sooner. Bing,
It's a shame the
bong.
bitch didn't die 87 years ago.
Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh?
What? Do you have a problem with that?
Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it.
What are you gonna
It's okay, I can go play the video game later.
Oh well, I'll just raise the flag.
Hahaha. Flag, like in a video game. What do you mean raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that?
One step at a time. You're getting closer to clearing my character out.
It's set a flag, not clear, not raise it, but whatever. You're not making sense again.
Hey, Monokuma, get your fucking metaphors right.
Well now.
It's hold the fort. It's not hold down the fort. Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy.
All right, do we talk to him some more
Do I
then?
have to talk to you again? I don't wanna. No, I don't.
No.
Not really.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I've heard
Do you
this.
want to hear about Ultimate Despair again? No. Too bad.
That's funny.
That was the realest Hajime any moment of this whole fucking playthrough.
Here we go.
Do
Welcome to the next floor.
Woo!
Huh?
It changed to a different hallway again.
Oh, don't tell me we have to. Don't tell me we have to go all. We have to do like 3 rooms on each floor until we get to the bottom and finally meet up with the main cast.
It's so sudden. What's going on to make something like this happen?
What else is there to know? You know, like I've already decided I'm not gonna be surprised. That just wastes time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. There's no time for me to be surprised by something like this. Akane, what's up, girlie? Akane's twitching her nose like a beast and examining her surroundings.
Hey, what happened?
Based on my gut feeling.
Well, you know, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. Huh? What do you mean? Who?
So,
I don't know. It's just my gut after all.
It's just my gut.
Nice T. Nice phonetic T at the end of that. But still, her gut is pretty impressive. For some reason, it is strangely intuitive.
It's a defense mechanism.
So true. And Monokuma did say something about the main cast coming. It's surprising, but gut must be correct again this time. Okay. No. Hey!
Nice. Music room. Oh, the music room. This isn't the same music room. Looks like the music room.
I feel like I can see something strange. Alright.
There's a lot of. All right.
There's a lot. There's the pianos here. That's weird.
There's a monument.
There's a monument.
Looks like it's some sort of monument. Why would there be a monument in a music room? And not just that, the mark engraved to the monument is a symbol of the Future Foundation, right?
Below that symbol, there's a short passage engraved.
To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. I'm always saying this. Huh?
The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy?
Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up. Okay.
Alright.
Hologram.
Hologram. What is this? Words are floating in the air.
This is like a hologram, right?
The floating letters are forming a sentence. Looks like a passage from an email.
Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information, a person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko and Oshima rallying them. In the worst case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Okay, so we are all graduates, aren't we? We are all graduates of like an older class of Hope's Peak Academy that we survived, and the Future Foundation picked us up before the ultimate despairs could get to us, basically, and tried to convert us to their cult. Of course, it was too late in the case of Mikan, but like they did their best, and they did the whole erase the memory, set everything up in order to like keep us separate and get us to be working for Hope. Okay. Also, if they are survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we have received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program.
Survivors of Hope's Peak Academy? 15 students?
Is that about us? Excluding Chiaki, who was part of the Future Foundation, there were definitely 15 of us, but...
What does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island?
So, we are in Neo World program. So they uploaded us into this Neo World program in order to preserve us, basically.
If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world...
Isn't normal anymore? Maybe.
I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost.
Oh. Alright. That's all the clues in this room.
It's finally confirmed. The Future Foundation is on our side, at least. They were founded by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy, and they took us in to protect us. But if that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us.
No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly.
Monokuma. If he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Right.
The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko and Oshima are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin.
Wait, that's the research facility?
There really
Why
is
not?
There really is a research facility on this island. There should be other Future Foundation members here.
Somehow, there are still so many mysteries. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Alright, what else? Where else can we go?
Where else are there doors? Not
Map,
in
map,
here.
map,
I'm a
map.
fucking idiot.
Map.
I'm the map.
So now we can go into
Over here, please.
this, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sense of direction, not good. There we go. Ha!
Teachers, something,
Teacher's lounge, probably. Ah, office.
office. Hey, bestie.
Hey, girly.
This feels different from a classroom.
It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that stuffy teacher vibe to it.
The office, huh? Now that you mention it, it does look like that.
Wow. More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. How much longer is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already.
Preach. Blah. Well, there's a hologram. That's gonna be our info.
There are letters floating in the air, like the music room from earlier. Looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one from earlier. I guess I should read it.
We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko and Oshima, the fact remains that they are incredibly dangerous. So the ultimate despairs are also the remnants of despair. Even after her death, the tragedy has not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko and Oshima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does this mean this is in order to kill them? Wait, eliminate the remnants?
Yes.
Okay.
Remnants are extremely dangerous. Must be immediately eliminated.
Okay.
Well, that doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess that's understandable. If the biggest, most awful, and most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds, it's pretty much all-out war.
Now, we haven't mentioned yet at all Mikuru Ikusaba as the other ultimate despair, which is very interesting.
If the remnants of despair are the ones waging that war,
There's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Despair!
despair!
Alright. Alright, Kaz. Or whatever else is.
What's up, Kaz?
This is bad.
Oh, there's a Monokuma.
Oh shit. Have you seen Miss Sonia anywhere? Damn it, I'm really worried. What if something happens to me when Miss Sonia isn't looking? This guy is so useless sometimes.
We'll talk.
Where's my
There
Kubo?
was a...
Kubo!
Huh? Are you serious?
Alright. sure. There's something written on the blackboard.
It's written here.
List
Ooh.
of subjects is written on the blackboard in large letters. Just below that.
Are names I've seen before. This is just all of us. Newspaper.
There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hiyoko Sayonji is
Oh my god. Yep. Okay. So what they did is they captured us, they found us, and then put us into a simulation where we were de-aged to our high school ages. We are actually much older than the cast of Danganronpa 1. Because that is a much older looking Hiyoko Sayonji.
What is this newspaper?
What is this?
It says Miss Hiyoko Sayonji. This can't mean the same Hiyoko, right? I mean, the Hiyoko we knew. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. But the photo in this...
But here she looks hot.
In a way, I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure... It's too different from the Hiyoko we knew.
Seems mean.
This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hyoko's older sister or something?
No, it says Hiyoko Sayonji here.
Oh, then Hiyoko has an older sister with the same first and last name.
An older sister with the same first and last name.
I mean,
That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it for yourself. That's not Hiyoko.
Did you ever hear her mention an older sister?
Well, it's not like I was that close to her or anything. She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Sayonji family's only daughter. She doesn't have a sister, then a relative? No, there's still too much of a resemblance.
What are you saying?
That's Hiyoko.
Yeah. Huh?
of course
What are you saying? Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this.
Kyoko?
I don't have a defense for that one. I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that.
Well,
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt?
What are you saying? She did.
She's dead.
She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt. If you die in the game, you die for real. I don't know actually if this is if you die in the game, you die for real, or if it's
feeling white.
we're all just, or if we're just digital
Monokuma
copies.
Monokuma is the Sword Art Online YN.
Okay, no, but I'm thinking, so there's two possibilities here. We could be digital copies, right? Or we could be the actual people, translated into the digital world. My guess is it's probably the latter, because that feels more narratively satisfying. That we haven't just been copies of these people all along. We've actually been them, right? But that also means that when we die in the game, we die for real.
Well, regardless, all of the clues I've provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
what's going on?
What the heck? This is the truth?
Yep.
If this is the truth, then the Hiyoko in this newspaper,
So we are from an older class.
is he really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist?
Hey,
Could it be related to that list of subjects over there?
this is bad.
I mean, it's all our names.
If it says subjects, maybe it means there was some kind of experiment, right? Did that
Yeah,
experiment...
being transferred into, being translated into the, what is it, Neo World program. Yeah. Did that experiment change
Chioko's body?
That was the theory I had about Byakuya.
What am I saying? Just saying it out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment? If it's some kind of experiment, it would mean that we are also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. But what kind of experiment was it?
What's going on?
It better not have anything to do with time travel. It's a fair point, Hajime. Shut your bitch ass up.
I was gonna be like, does that mean that there's like an older Chiaki out there? Portrait. Let's do it. Why not? This
extremely
guy.
overwhelming portrait is hanging on the wall.
I feel like I've seen it before, but the name etched into the placard says
Hope's Peak Academy founder, Izuru Kamakura.
Huh. The founder of Hope's Peak Academy, and this name, Izuru Kamakura.
Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier?
Damn it, another mystery.
That's a
So-
fucking list.
So Izuru Kamakura, that was also the name on this portrait inside the funhouse, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So if you had read Danganronpa 0 before, and you got there and you saw that, you'd been like, huh?
I don't
You
know.
know?
I didn't have that experience, Bessie.
But I imagine, right? Like, if
Maybe.
you knew all that, and then you played the game, and you got to that, and you saw Izuru Kamakura, you'd be like, what?
Fucking excuse me.
Honestly, why is the only thing that I can think to relate it to is, like, I'm not a part of this fandom space at all, but, like, when a new Five Nights at Freddy's book comes out, or a new game, and, like, the information is kind of there, but it doesn't match up, like, at all, you know?
Okay, with this, you've totally raised all the flags on this floor.
All right.
Congratulations, Hajime. We shall now go on to the next stage.
Okay, cool.
Next stage.
Floor 3!
Floor 3.
Ugh.
I want to go in the break room.
Damn it, not again.
The hallway is different from the last time. Guess when that flag Monokuma mentioned is raised, I'll move to a different hallway than the last.
How can you do that?
No, now's not the time to be confused by that. Thinking about this is just gonna waste my energy.
Alright, so we can go to...
Game room, game room, game room, game room, game room. Whoa, hold on.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, we gotta appreciate the fucky
These-
wucky of the ambiance.
Yeah, I was gonna
here.
say, these are some fucky up textures.
Wait, I like... What? This way, okay. I was like, I got completely...
Yeah, I know, I was like, what?
What is whoa, okay.
A loading window.
Hello? Can I fucking help you?
I love Slender. Alright.
Is there... Oh, okay.
It's okay, you just have to give him $20 and he'll leave you alone. That's honestly, that is genuinely my favorite part of the Slender Man lore.
Well, you can just give him 20
You can,
bucks
if you
and
give him
he'll go.
$20, he'll leave you alone. Like I'm not kidding. Like, that's literally a part of the lore, and that's literally because of like memes people would make with the song "Your wife is in the club, give me $20." That's literally it.
So good. There's a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined with magazines. It's hard to think a room like this actually exists inside the school. Fuck! Okay. Thank you. Okay.
You were catching my cold, I guess.
I am. That's
All right, there's
honestly,
there's a passport on the flow on the
There's a
file aisle. Looks like a passport.
file?
Yes. There's also a hologram back there, which we'll have.
It's a file with Hope's Peak Academy's seal on it. Or it says confidential. Does that mean this is a... That means this is a big secret, right? Why would an important document be?
Why are you even asking a question like that? Obviously, Monokuma is responsible.
Sorry, I just had the mental image of Hajime just like losing it just enough. Just
Yeah.
picks up the file. Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside the file.
About the Hope Cultivation Plan. Yeah, this is what Monami was trying to get us to do. Like when we first came to the island. For many years, Hope's Peak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly. The program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs.
What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of difficult technical terms, and I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word
Itagachi be like,
word true hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason.
Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope? Hope's Peak Academy was behind something like that.
I don't really get it, but there's something about these words. True hope. Huh.
It's me! Alright.
Why is... okay, we'll come back to that. What? This hologram again. What's this one say?
Looks like another email passage. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we are unable to ask them about specific details, it is unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some are wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they are the same age as the others. So we have decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. Ha ha ha. Wait. So they're of the same age as the survivors of the killing school life, which means they were all... Okay, so the people who are writing this are the other members of the Future Foundation who aren't the Danganronpa 1 cast. So this confirms that the Danganronpa 1 and 2 casts were of the same age. They were in Hope's Peak Academy at the same time. Somehow they managed to survive the tragedy, presumably before they shut down Hope's Peak Academy, like the year before Monokuma's killing game started. And were surviving sort of out on their own. Which also means that the events of this game probably take place a number of years after the events of the first. So when we see the cast from the first game again, they will be older. Like, substantially older. As for the remnants of despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter, and we have no new information to report. We will continue with the investigation. Once they are discovered, we shall eliminate them immediately. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. Alright. Cool.
It says here that they succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. That means we should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? Then why is this happening? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were we forced to kill each other on this island?
Because that was Monokuma's doing after he took the magic stick from Monami. This is the other thing I was thinking of. The magic stick that Monami needs is like essentially like the password to be able to do anything you want with this program, right? So obviously Monokuma, the ultimate despairs, the remnants of despairs, like they're the ones who are messing up this Neo World program that was built by the Future Foundation specifically for the purpose of cultivating hope in a separate sphere that is unaffected by the tragedy. Well, I guess it's not possible that the Future Foundation set this all up.
My, Hajime. If you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse.
It's your fault. What is this hologram thing anyway?
It's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's emails. I thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a bit of hacking here and there to get them.
You can even do that? Whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents.
Oh, who cares about me anyway? That's not important at all. There's no way that's not important. His true identity should connect everything to what's happening right now.
It looks like they're trying to set it up so Monokuma, like the new leader for Monokuma here is Izuru. Anyway. Yeah, I think we're good. And we're on the second floor now. It's like I'm in a different hallway again.
I'm pretty much used to it by now, but even so.
What is this place? Am I dreaming or something? I mean, this is just totally disconnected from reality. Are the controls inverted, or is it just upside down?
I think it's just upside down. Give it. No, give it. Fuck off.
Hi.
Kane, are you like... Oh my god. Just fucking let me hit it.
What is that?
Motherfucker!
Smells.
It's close. It's very close. Someone is coming.
Akane's twitching her nose and examining her surroundings.
Based on my gut feeling.
They're definitely real close. At least is what my gut is telling me. Then answer this with your gut. Is it an enemy or an ally? Let's see, my gut feeling is...
Well,
They're both!
Yo!
He's right, they're both. Both? What do you mean?
You.
I don't know any details, it's just my gut after all. Well, that's true, I guess.
Can I please? Hi, Akane. Love of my life. Can I? Okay, whatever.
To the library. Hey, let's do it.
Hey, boys!
I remember this place. This must be a library.
Monokuma probably left something here, too. I should hurry up and find it.
This will be like, I don't remember what that is. Alright.
This hologram again. Must be another one of the Future Foundation's emails.
Read it. There's no doubt it's another clue.
Big stretch.
Yay! Yeah. To the Future Foundation 14th Division, Makoto Naegi. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason. Do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our ideals, right? The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy you survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately, return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. What does this mean?
This email
There's
suggests...
no way. So is it saying that this class are the remnants of despair? Or we've been converted to remnants of despair. And then the main cast of the I almost said the main 6. Like, this is My Little Pony. The main 6 like are trying to like make us better, I guess. And like that is, I think perhaps that is why Makoto is like in like like Makoto is one of the forces working inside of Nagito, I imagine, probably literally with the purpose of trying to convert us from remnants of despair into symbols of hope. That's new guess.
This email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naegi.
But he's with the Future Foundation, right? Then why was he trying to protect the remnants of despair?
Did he betray the Future Foundation?
Interesting. This is so cool. Can we go back? Oh, no, I think that's literally it.
All right, we're going.
Yeah.
We're going.
All right.
We're getting out of here.
Alrighty. I hope we do get the chance to meet / voice some of the first casts before the halfway point. I don't know. We will see. Classroom. Both friend and foe, huh? Here we are. Here we go. Something's going on. Washing machines. Hey, look, there's some Junko magazines on the table.
Didn't I walk into a classroom?
I don't really get it, but this looks like the laundry room.
There's no use worrying about it, but I was in a school and now I'm suddenly in a laundry room.
All right. Let's see what we can look at. Hi.
No.
So we can look at the magazines. Tablet PC!
This looks like a tablet computer. Looks like the power is on too.
Is this the next clue?
I picked up the tablet and immediately started examining it.
Is it bestie? Neo World Program. Yep, here we go. Neo World Program.
This word, Neo World.
Well, it's 2 words.
I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already.
The Neo World Program has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. The Neo World Program is built with the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software. To develop the Neo World Program, individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, the Ultimate Neurologist, and the Ultimate Therapist were among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. Chihiro! The Ultimate Programmer. Bestie! By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World Program allows its subjects to experience a synthetic virtual world. Let's go. Additionally, the Neo World Program has another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of the virtual world. However, this device is for psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly forbidden. So, the main 6 hooked all 15 of us up into this little thingy thing in order to basically take away the despair that we had originally as remnants of despair and turn us into symbols of hope. Very interesting. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing, abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program.
Slowly, everything around me turned black.
Synthetic virtual world program.
A feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now. It's all disappearing until all I feel is
despair!
I screamed loudly as if I was confirming the sound of my own voice.
And so now this is Monokuma's theory. It was like, well, if they stay in the virtual world, they won't be able to do any good out in the real world. So he wants to keep us in here.
There's no way I can accept this. I'm starting to accept that.
There's no way something as crazy as this actually exists?
Nice! You gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character route. Now then, despair is waiting for you. Impossible. This is
Maybe we're supposed to
impossible.
maybe we're supposed to click on the magazine, the Junko magazine first.
It's all made up. Everything is all made up.
Made up?
Including me, too.
Nice.
I can't.
Can we
swim.
even?
No.
Oh man. Is there anything else in here we can look at?
No?
Nope. Wow, that's literally it. Okay, bye Junko.
Bye, girl.
First floor? Oh man.
Hey, how are you doing? Did you enjoy the killing school trip? By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? From this point on, I promise you a world that truly deserves to be called a game. You guys are the only ones watching this who can save them. The end of the world is nigh. What you gonna do? What's gonna happen?
I love Undertale.
Isn't it exciting? Isn't this heart-throbbing? Look forward to it.
This hallway.
When we first arrived here, I walked down this hallway from the classroom to get to
Ooh.
the gym.
I don't really see a resemblance, but all right. I guess we'll just do that and become. Yeah.
Hi, Sonia! Hi,
Hey.
Sonia!
Hey, Gusty.
Are you familiar with the placebo effect and the nocebo effect?
Huh?
The placebo effect is when your health improves after taking a fake medicine that you believe is real. And the nocebo effect is the exact opposite. Which means as long as the human brain controls all other bodily functions, if the brain believes something is real, it will become real.
If you die in the game, you die for real. Why would you bring that up all of a sudden?
Huh?
Oh my.
Huh? I am not sure. I do not fully understand. What the heck?
I can't believe they're legitimately doing. If you die in the game, you die for real. Hello?
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 Oh, it's Monokuma.
Can I help you? The moment you discover that the truth was a lie, all hope will disappear.
That's their theory. So
Okay,
let's
bye.
go. Okay, bye. I guess I guess the main six really have no choice but to come in here and try to fix what they're doing, huh? Hey, look, it's the monolith from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
It's the obelisk. Praise the obelisk.
Big object. Is this floating?
That's impossible. There's no way something this big would be floating like this.
What in the world is it?
And the moment I looked at that object,
Okay. Bestie! Welcome. Welcome to the Neo World program. How did I fucking know? A person? Floating person is talking to me? Who is it? No, is this even a person in the first place? I'm not quite a person. I'm simply an artificial intelligence program. It would make me happy if you called me Alter Ego. That is the name my master gave me when they created me.
it can talk.
What are you? Alter Ego? Artificial intelligence program? I'm so fucking happy. I am the master program behind the Neo World program.
I'm responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the observer has the authority to directly influence you guys. I can't actually exert much influence. In fact, my existence is the one you don't normally meet. I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has infected everything I'm supposed to be managing. And because of that, this world I'm managing is acting very peculiar.
Oh, hold on. My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first.
Damn it. It's that feeling from earlier again. This floating, like my feet are hovering above the floor.
Literally just take a screenshot of this and send it back to me in January and be like, yo!
I need you to understand how much I shit my pants. You can watch that.
And this
you can
whole
watch that clip and watch
Yeah.
me just like lose my fucking mind for a second.
Yes. Yes.
You can watch me experience fear in real time.
Yes,
It's like I
something hope, something despair.
It's like I can't even feel my feet or the ground. Like I can't even believe my own existence.
I'm so happy. Hey, you should know, right? Where is this place? Tell me, what is the Neo World Program?
The Neo World program has admitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world. As such, only the data we collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island, where this research facility is located. That is why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Ergo, if I am to answer your question, where is this place? The answer would be, mostly, Jabberwock Island. Certain portions of it are different depending on the circumstances. For example, the school you're in. It appears this place is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm appearing before you too. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that there wasn't enough time to collect any data. I'm sorry. I really don't know the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the observer, or the overseer of the Neo World program.
Most of its words, I understood what they meant, but I couldn't comprehend what was being said. There was no way for me to acknowledge it as the truth. It would make much more sense if this was a fictional world.
Wait. Are you saying this world is a fictional world?
I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. This missing sense of reality, all the mysteries, all the truths. They're all just fiction. Is that... Even so, I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Hey, can you tell me?
Hey, can you tell me? What was the Neo World program used for in the first place?
The Neo World program serves only one purpose. It is used to make the real world a splendid one. I guess you can say it's a program for creating hope.
Program for creating hope, huh? But the fact that we're here, and the fact that we don't have our memories, that's all the program's fault, right?
Deleting memory is the first step toward replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo World program. With the installed memory control unit, it is possible to remove any time period you set it to. And from there, you upload the memories obtained in the virtual world. So for all intents and purposes, everything we're going through is real.
Removing memories of any time period you set it to? So Monokuma was right. We did lose our school memories.
But why? So, okay, so then, now I'm thinking,
Hands up.
I'm remembering back to the first game where it's like, they're like, wait, how did our memories get removed? And Monokuma's like, does it matter? Who cares? Any answer you give is it's not going to matter,
Yeah,
right?
it happened. Who cares?
So that. So if the Neo World program was like developed by the people in house, right, at the Host Academy, and was used to remove our memories. That doesn't mean that the first game also took place in a virtual world, right? Or did they just go through the step of like deleting the memories and then just letting us go? Because I assume I don't actually remember. Now that I think about it, I think the memories. No. The memories of the cast from the first game were taken away by Junko, by Monokuma. So Monokuma somehow took over maybe like the memory deleting part of the Neo World program that we've got going here, but didn't put them in an artificial world, because what function would that serve? Or the artificial world function hadn't been developed yet, really, because it was still being developed in the research facility post the events of the first game. I think. Anyway. Why us? Why were our school memories taken away? There's a reason for that, right?
That is a mystery to me, too. Booting the program on the survivors of Hope's Peak Academy while it's still in its experimental stage. I'm sure there was a very good reason. But unfortunately, I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry.
Are you saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us? But they're trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally?
The Future Foundation wanted us dead. The main six were trying to save our lives and deprogram us. So they took us and got the system running on their own.
I'm sorry. I can't provide that much help. If only I was more reliable.
I like that it says Fujisaki Chihiro, age, whatever, height, whatever, not female. We stand a non-binary trans person.
I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this.
Also, you can't tell me that, like, at this point, the trans girl programmer stereotype hadn't come about yet.
I don't know. It was like 2011, 2012 when this game came out. I don't know.
I don't know. These new words make my head feel like it's about to burst.
I just learned what an octagon was like 5 days ago. You think I can understand this bullshit?
Can you tell me more about the Observer and that virus?
Well, for this session, the Neo World program was programmed to house 15 people, along with 2 monitors.
2 monitors?
Yeah, they were disguised as a teacher and one of the students. They were intended to guide the participants in this way. By the way, the observer in the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all.
The magic stick.
But the observer in the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority at all, so they'd seem the same as everyone else.
What kind of authority does the teacher role have?
As an example, the teacher creates the rules of this world and manages them. If the teacher is properly managing the rules they've created, there is no risk of abuse. But because of the virus affecting everything, that has changed. It changed this world, where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The Neo World program would have promised eternal peace. But just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence and death.
So Monami's original plan was we collect hope fragments in this virtual setting, so that by the end of it, we have all collected enough hope fragments that we're all friends again, and those memories replace. And then the killing school trip. Then the school trip would have been over. We would have exited out into the real world, and those memories would have stayed. So we would all have still been friends, combating, the despair in the world. That was the original plan, which went horribly awry when this virus, which was presumably created by the ultimate despair by the one who's actually running Monokuma, you know.
What is that virus? I don't really know the details behind its true identity, but that function is beyond my capabilities.
My other thing is, sorry, I keep
Yeah, no, this is why I was like, we're gonna break it up.
So also, so my guess is if everyone got their memories back, they would have all basically acted like Mikan, except Chiaki, of course, and except for, well, also maybe except for Nagito, because you know I'm sure he's got his whole other thing going on, and except for Hajime, because it's significant that every member of the reserve department committed mass suicide except for Hajime. So perhaps he was also put into this to be like, I'll make sure everything is going well. So he's actually special because he was the only one who wasn't overcome with despair before going through this experience.
No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it stole the portion of my abilities which contains my authority to build the world. It was like a grandmaster chess player.
The magic stick is literally Alter Ego's powers. I feel like I probably guessed that at some point.
I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control. But even so, a portion of the world has been modified at its convenience.
She's probably talking about Monokuma Rock in the funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. That alter ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence that the Future Foundation created.
Yeah, say she.
I can tell that just by communicating with her. Which means this supposed virus is so smart that it surpasses this alter ego? If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? Damn it. What the heck? An artificial intelligence waging an attack against another one? That's so freaking irritating!
My guess is this is like the whole, like, if they're trying to set this up that Izuru is the is the one behind Monokuma now, the one that has all of these different talents, like perhaps programming is one of those ultimate talents that Izuru has.
But how did that virus infect the Neo World program? The Neo World program exists in isolation. It's impossible it was infected through a network. I'm fairly certain someone physically uploaded it. Physically? Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility.
Huh.
And directly uploaded it into the main computer where the Neo World program is installed.
Well, here goes starting to sound a little bit like Chiaki, which I mean, I guess is, you know, they're on the same side.
Based on my calculations, that's most likely what happened.
It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility? But the only person who could enter that facility is someone who was a member of the Future Foundation.
No, Chiaki. No.
What am I thinking? Why am I assuming that what I just heard is the truth?
No, it would have to be the other person who was on the island, right? Who brought something to, you know, or it could be Nagito's arm. Nagito's Mukuro arm. It was like the external hard drive that brought Monokuma, you know, into this place with him.
Why am I assuming that everything is a lie?
Observers. Yep. Neural program.
But it's true that the virus is powerful, and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it. But I'm still able to defend the essential areas.
So it
has a limit, too.
a limit.
If it took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer.
Right. The rules of the school trip.
Such as, in order to end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the correct procedure and...
Okay.
Wow.
Even if you're just a god in the machine, that's enough hints from you. If you're gonna say something more, Suppose that you exist between life and death. The death of yourself is inevitable. If so, it can be parallel to the deflection based on the definition of existence that constitutes the relationship. From there, the paradigm change results by being cut off rapidly and causing a situation where your own existence is unobservable and accelerates and crosses with the joint ownership of the world and the situation from the contact and invites your death.
Hey,
Okay. Oh, hey, bestie.
what the heck? What just happened? You're right there, aren't you? Someone is right there, right? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the earlier one?
Maybe he can't hear my voice from this side?
I'm currently talking to the world through alter ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video's feedback has been pretty distorted. But even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time. Huh? The things you guys were forced to do, we were forced to watch it. Forced to watch us? I really wanted to save you right away, but because of the virus's interference, I couldn't. Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The Neo World program is beyond our control now. In that world, that person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference. But Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means that's working, then it means the person I need to talk to is right there, I hope.
It looks like this guy can't even hear me or see me. Just, who is this guy anyway?
Who indeed?
Is he our ally?
Since there's no time, I'm going to say what I need to say, and believe you're there listening to me. But first, I should apologize to everyone. I know apologizing won't help, but we didn't imagine something like this would happen. We never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the Neo World program. But that's entirely our fault. It's our responsibility for not realizing it until it was too late. But it's not just the virus either. I can't say for sure that the program didn't have any problems in the first place. Tell you the truth, I was unsure about whether or not to run the program on you guys. But this was the only way to save you all. I wanted to save you guys.
Save us? What did he want to save us from? Why would this save us?
You've already seen the password to enter the graduation exam ground, right? You know, 11037? Yeesh, I get flashbacks just thinking about it.
I'll call you 11037.
Thank you.
That's the number we found at Mizumi Castle.
The door to the ancient ruin was supposed to open after you finished gathering the hope fragments. From there, you guys were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. However, I prepared that password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left that 11037 password in a place where the teacher role would not be able to go. I never thought Nagito, who saw it first, would erase that password. Anyway, I'm also the person who set the password to that number. Yeah, I know.
We got there.
That number contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma.
You were in a pickle, were ya?
Yeah.
Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting that will to you all. I've entrusted it to your future. But that person is trying to abuse the graduation exam. I'm sure they are going to crush you with despair, using the graduation exam that's waiting for you. But I want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there. Because I have a secret to defeat them.
Does that mean he has a secret plan to defeat Monokuma?
In a worst-case scenario, where an observer who has the role of a teacher goes rogue, I've prepared a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. It's the forced shutdown sequence. Forced shutdown sequence? Even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose on your own, independently of the observer. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people. And in order to do that, I need to somehow get that number.
Sounds like we gotta get the first cast in here.
Okay.
Oh, I'm glad that I'm glad that I warmed up my Makoto
Prep
voice
that,
yesterday. Yeah.
You prepped that shit. Death, 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 death.
Say what?
What was that just now? Hey, Hajime, what was that weirdness just now?
Nothing, really.
I see.
Anyway.
Oh well, anyway, that's all the hints you're gonna get. That no good artificial intelligence tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again. Did Monokuma not notice what just happened?
It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here.
Hey, about that guy just now?
There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me.
I see. It'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy just now.
Oh yeah.
You guys have a weapon. A very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys use that weapon. The only thing I can do is prevent the virus's invasion with all my might, so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you all. Do your best.
Do our best. Huh. But what do we have to do our best at?
I mean, he didn't tell us what the command key was, so I imagine he's like, we have to be there to do it.
Mystery is getting solved. I'm finally starting to see the truth. But what are we supposed to do when that truth is really a lie?
I love Farewell My Turnabout.
We know we're working towards a conclusion that nobody wants to hear. But still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason to do our best? If everything was a lie, then isn't everything just meaningless? It's the same for the killings, too. Even though we had to experience something as painful as that, something as tragic as that, wouldn't all that be meaningless too? When the world is flipped over and becomes so irrational.
What am I supposed to do?
Nice!
I love it. Shutdown sequence. Okay. Alrighty. Bye, bestie.
Bye!
I love chatting to you again.
We missed you.
Mwah. Alright. Ding dong bing bong. So we're so I imagine the cutoff point is going to be the graduation exam.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's time for the long-awaited graduation exam. Please enter the
Yay.
red door located on the first floor of Hope.
See you soon.
A red door, huh?
It's just a waste of time thinking about what this all means right now. For now, I need to finish this. I need to just focus on that.
I have to do it!
I have to do it. Come on, Jimmy.
Red door.
He means this red door, right?
I just have to go in here? If I do that, will this be finished? Ooh, hello. So I imagine we probably won't see ourselves outside of this, outside of the virtual world. It'll be like the ending of the first game where it's like, well, time to leave, and then that's credits. All right.
That's for us to
Class
find
trial
out.
ground 1. Huh? This place.
Yo,
All of our besties. Looks like everyone's here.
Damn right.
It seems that this is going to be the final place.
However,
This place is...
Is this a trial field? Why is it a trial field?
Sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different from the one from before. We've been here before, right?
Yeah. This should be the place that the door in the ancient ruins leads to.
Hey,
Seems pretty strange that we've been in that other building up till now.
damn it.
It's like we're dreaming or something. If this is a dream, then this too is very... So you finally arrived! Congratulations! You guys are the first ones to ever beat this game. After stopping by Hope's Peak Academy, you finally come back to this place. To the graduation exam site within the ancient ruin. Fuck my ass.
What?
What the
Okay.
Was it literally just ancient ruin right at the end there? The ancient ruins of Jabberwock Island. There.
The graduation exam site within the ancient ruins of Jabberwock Island. Yeah. That's it.
That is
Right?
it. I hit the button
where we
before I
are.
could get out the words ancient ruins of Jabberwock Island and I missed
I'm like,
the end of the
is
sentence.
this a new piece of information? Like, I think I figured this. You can give it a fancy name like graduation exam site, but it's no different from the trial ground from before.
Stupid fool.
From before?
This trial field actually inspired the one from before, so in a way, this place is the original.
Hey, hey.
Who cares? This graduation exam means we can finally go home, right?
of course.
If that's what you guys decide.
Huh?
And if we have to decide, what do we have to do?
Now then.
Please take a look at the LCD touch panel built into your seats. Compared to the other trials, the rules are much simpler this time.
Yes, indeed.
There are 2 options, graduate and repeat, right? You just have to choose one of them and press it.
The Beast Below 2010.
All of you will cast your vote, and whichever one has the majority will be considered your final decision.
So it is a majority vote.
Hey! Hiya! Random question, but have you ever heard of a majority vote? If you don't press either of them, it will be treated as an absence and will not be counted.
In other words,
Which means everyone who has died up till now will have their votes treated as absences. Then the result is based on our majority vote. If graduate is chosen by a majority vote, motherfucker, from there, an event that's kind of like a graduation ceremony called the graduation program will begin. Even if we do the stupid majority vote, the result is already pretty damn obvious. Come on, let's move this thing along. We can press it now, right?
no.
You can't do that yet. I mean, your resolve hasn't been firmed yet, right? You'll be swept away by society's harsh current.
Shut up! Shut up!
Who the hell cares? I'm gonna press it.
What's this?
My. Which of your orifices are you using to spew bile? To
Okay.
partic- Alright, that was fucking out of pocket, man! To participate in the graduation program, you need my final say as your teacher, you know?
What? Does that mean it won't end with just a majority vote?
That's right.
After the vote, I'm going to judge every single one of you to see if it's okay for you to graduate or not.
Damn it!
So even if we vote, you're saying we won't graduate unless you acknowledge it. Wow. I I'm terribly sorry for being rude earlier.
No way!
But you don't have to worry. There's no way I won't acknowledge your graduations. This is merely a formality. I'm doing it just because that's how it has to be. He's doing it because it's how it has to be. It doesn't mean he can exert his will over everything. He, too, has a limit. Is this what alter ego was talking about?
Anyway...
Even if you don't want to do it, you guys still need to do it to solve the mystery. Afterward, you can cast your majority votes, and from there, we move on to the graduation program. But why do we even have to go through something so dumb? Well, that is...
You said you were waiting for the main cast, right? Which means you're just stalling for time then. Who's the main cast?
Oh, no need to worry about it. It has nothing to do with you guys.
That is.
There is no way it has nothing to do with us. We are the only ones who are involved, you know.
So annoying.
Doesn't matter if you're involved or not. You're just a bunch of chumps in the big picture. That's why it has nothing to do with you. Just perform your roles without complaining.
You pissed me off.
Hold on. What's with that chump comment?
I can't ignore that.
Thanks.
It's not that important or anything, but make sure you turn off that toy.
I won't forgive
How
you.
dare you treat him like a toy?
What's this?
I did treat it like a toy. Got a problem with that? I created everything. You're actually picking a fight with me? I'm basically a god. Just how promising can you guys be? I guess this is just the nature of life. Fine then. Before you die, sear my power into your memories.
Oh. Wow, what is happening? All right. Cool. So that's our that's our halfway point, right? All right. Hello world. Hello world. Hello world. Hello world. And then up there it's like court prep, and then it glitches. Let's see. 11-year-old's lunch order?
And speech contest is that other one.
Alright.
But yeah,
Yep, okay. So I guess that's it for today, right?
that's it for today. On Sunday, we will be going forward.
Oh boy.
And finally tackling this last seemingly mystery in this game.
Yahoo!
Yahoo! It's gonna be a ride and a half.
I'm like, I feel bad. I'm like, would I feel bad for like asking we do it sooner? Even I don't even know.
I mean, that is completely up to you. I am at your beck and call up there.
Okay. We'll talk about it. But anyway, next time we'll be doing. Next time on Danganronpa, we'll be the finale.
Will be the finale of Danganronpa 2, and if you want to know when that's gonna be, there's a cute little follow button somewhere here on Twitch and also on YouTube. If you want to come here for the thrilling finale. How's that for a plug? Hey.
Hey.
And if you want to view, I'm gonna have the viewing experience ad free. You can always subscribe to my Twitch. But until next time, I guess. I'm starting a new series tomorrow, probably. With my good buddy Ren. We are starting 999, which I have never experienced anything about before.
Oh heck yeah!
Thursday, Ghost Trick, which I also have never experienced before. We are
continuing Ghost Trick. We're on chapter 9, the lovely chapter 9.
And then at some point, either Saturday or either Sunday or before, we finish Danganronpa 2. Until then, if we have nothing else to share with the class,
I'm very excited.
I hope you are all having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are. And until next time.
Bye.